Wait, your hair.
Almost.
I'm just
I
realizing
know.
this is like the first time we're recording with it.
Yeah, here it is.
Do you still love it?
I do. It's like
Okay, good.
so, it's
Light.
nice. Yeah, it's very light. Right, so, what shall we chat about?
I think we should chat about everything in the world today. Like, what are you thinking about right now? What have you been thinking about today?
That I have COVID.
Okay, not health concerns.
Yesterday was my birthday. I don't feel older.
Yesterday was your birthday. I literally
Yeah,
yesterday feels like a week ago. So happy
literally.
belated. Also, Ethan told me to tell you happy birthday, and I don't think I ever did. So
No.
oops.
He
Okay.
was about to be not invited to the wedding because that's my rule. If you don't wish me a happy birthday, you're not
Well,
invited.
well, he did. I
So
just didn't relay the
y'all
message. He
y'all have
literally.
until January 2025 to redeem yourselves. If you didn't wish me the one this year, you have until
I told
next
him to
just
text you.
January.
I was like, "Don't you have Veronica's phone number from when you guys were talking Russian to each other?"
Oh yeah, you must.
No, he's
Yeah,
fine.
so I feel like I don't know. I don't feel older. I feel the same.
But you had a good weekend.
Yeah, it was good. Went skiing, lots of
Mhm.
snow. Benny had a blast.
Benny had the best time of his life.
It was a it was
He's
a
a
good
snow
time.
dog.
He is. He knows he was born in Maine. Dude, yeah, freaking skiing. Talk about overstimulating. I was texting Lex. I'm like, this is so much work than just like going to Florida.
Yeah, and laying
Like
on a
it's a
beach.
lot.
I
It's
like
like
going
fun when
down the
you're
mountain.
yeah, when you're going down the mountain, it's fun, but everything else is like a lot of fucking work. And I understand
But
how
it's
privileged it is to be like, "Oh my god, skiing is so much work." It's like people
it
literally
is though.
don't just get the privilege of going skiing, but like
Right.
it is. It's a lot of work. You're hot and then you're freezing when you're like on the actual lift and then you're
Right.
sweating going down. I kept taking off my gloves and then my hands would freeze and then put them back on and then they get wet and sweaty. And then fucking on a Saturday, don't ski on a fucking Saturday. I never will again because parking,
Not in
it took
January.
us, no, literally took us 45 minutes to get to the mountain, almost an hour, and it should be 20 minutes. Then parking, we had to like makeshift a spot that we didn't even know if we were going to get out of because the parking lot was full. And we like circled around and looked everywhere for another like 30 minutes. Then we parked. Then we had to walk our ass to the mountain because like we weren't going to wait for the bus. It
A
was,
lot.
yeah, it took us like 7 hours to do 6 runs.
Oh my
And on
god.
Friday, we did that in like three. So,
Well,
moral of the story ski on a Friday.
is skiing
Again,
fun? Moral of the story. We don't know if skiing is a good time or not.
it's a lot of work, but it's a good workout. And
Yeah, it's a crazy workout. Skiing and rowing are like two full body movements that require a crazy amount of endurance. Like, good for you for doing
yes,
6 runs.
dude, my arms, like when you're on like a
Yeah,
green
you
and you have to
sore.
push yourself because like
Yeah.
there's no hill. Oh my God. Yeah, definitely sore. The calves are sore. The boots are tight. It's just,
It's
just make
overstimulating. I like
snowmobiling's
tubing
fun.
a lot. Like, did they have tubing at the mountain that you go to?
Honestly, I don't know because I've never seen it. So I don't know if they have it. I think they have like night tubing there because we've been one time and that was
Hmm.
really fun.
I love
Um,
tubing.
I like snowmobiling too.
Oh
It's
my
like
God, I
way less
love
work.
snowmobiling. That's like super privileged too, but like we grew up with snowmobiles.
It's so scary and like dangerous, like the amount of accidents you hear about. And
Hmm.
it's always like scary taking new people out with you because like they don't know how to like work the machine. And
Lean.
those machines are like insane. They're like
Hmm.
so heavy. I think they're like
Yeah.
800 pounds or something crazy.
That's like the one thing. I mean, my dad did a lot of good things for me, but he made me like, not made me, but he just always had like four wheelers, snowmobiles, dirt bikes, like all of that. Like, I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
like, I know how to ride a dirt bike. It's like such a weird thing, but like, yeah, literally.
Ride that baby over here.
Yeah.
The only thing I like, I think, more about skiing is like you get to stop and like chat and talk. But like on a
Hmm.
snowmobile, you don't get to like just talk to each other. Like you're just
Right.
riding in this fucking noise for like hours
Right.
and you don't get to really like stop and talk.
Like the part where you're sitting on the snowmobile listening to the loud motor and like just
Yeah.
like that has to be your favorite part or like you won't enjoy
Yeah.
snowmobiling.
Yeah.
Not that it's even like my favorite part, but like I only like it if I'm driving. I don't like being a
Yeah.
passenger.
I don't and it's I think it's, like, more dangerous being a passenger too, and, like, for the other person, I feel like they can't just, like, go
Hmm.
because they're afraid of, like, throwing you off or something.
And like you
So,
kind of like when you're the driver of a snowmobile, you like feel it out, like how far you
yeah.
have to lean. Like when you're not driving,
Mhm.
it's like hard because then like if somebody doesn't lean the right way, like you won't turn fast enough. Like
Mhm.
it's a whole sport in itself.
Do you wanna just come here while Mark's gone next week and we can go together?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Could you? Okay, wait. Yeah, actually, I do.
Okay.
At
Let's
first, I
go.
was gonna say, could you imagine us just like going snowmobiling? And then I was like, well, wait,
Yes.
actually, yeah, I could. So, yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
what's
well,
new with
now
you?
now that we've talked about skiing, snowmobiling, and being overstimulated, um, nothing is new with me. I'm just living and thriving and surviving and breathing, and that's all I can ask for. I'm really excited for the Vanderpump season to start tonight. That's been a newfound fixation, has been Vanderpump.
Mhm.
So that's really all I'm looking forward to
Did
today.
you
And
watch
shoot,
all of
this
that?
morning, no. So I fell down the Vanderpump rabbit hole on accident because I woke up at like 5 a.m. like 2 weeks ago, couldn't go back to sleep, and was just like looking on TV at what was on. Bravo was playing Vanderpump Rules from season one, like leading up to the new season starting tonight. So when I started it, it was season five. And I kind of already knew like who everybody was. So it wasn't hard to
Yeah.
like pick up on. But then I started texting my sister about it and she was like, oh, no, no, no. Like you have to go back to the beginning if you're going to watch. Cause I guess the first few seasons are like gold reality TV.
Mhm.
So I've just been continuing from where I started on season five and I'm now on season seven. So I still need to go back and watch seasons 1 through 4, and I still need to finish seasons 7 through 11. So I've like weirdly seen this like
You're
chunk in the
just
middle.
jumping. Yeah.
Yes. Like I've weirdly seen this chunk in the middle, but because I know about everything that's happened, like I can't not watch the new episode tonight. Like I have
Right.
to.
Yeah.
But it's been really good. I understand what like the hype around it now. Like I get it. And I also understand what everybody meant by like the first few seasons have been this pinnacle of reality TV. Like everybody talks about the first few seasons of Vanderpump. And I get it now. I 100% get it.
I
So
wanna watch it.
that's been
I
my
think
current
that's something that
hyperfixation.
I would watch because, like, of all the drama, I know we talked about it too. I'm, like, so curious to see what this new season's gonna be like.
There's so many more people. Like I feel like everybody knows Tom, Ariana, Rachel, like the
Yeah.
main people that this happened to. But like I just found out who Jax and Brittany are and I'm obsessed with them. And I'm like, there's just so many different characters and like seeing. But then the other thing too is like, have you ever looked at how the show started? Or like have you ever seen the
No.
first episode? Okay. So let me tell you what I found in my rabbit hole. So the show Vanderpump Rules is because of Lisa Vanderpump, who owns the restaurants. Lisa Vanderpump
Yeah.
came from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I think it was, one of the Real
Yep.
Housewives. The way that Vanderpump Rules gets introduced is one of the servers at the restaurant is having an affair with one of the husbands from Real Housewives. So Lisa Vanderpump, as the boss, like sits the server down, and this is in an episode of Real Housewives, and she's like talking to her about the affair. And then when the conversation ends, instead of the cameras following Lisa out of the restaurant, they follow Sheena into the kitchen of the restaurant. And that's the first episode of Vanderpump Rules. It's so
What?
fucking cool, right? It's so cool.
Did they plan
So,
that?
yes, that was how they like insured, and the episodes were like back to
Oh.
back when they aired. So, like, if you just watch the first episode of Vanderpump Rules, like, you don't see the entire conversation. Like, you don't see everything that you got from watching Real Housewives. So, there's a new spinoff coming now called The Valley, and they're going to introduce it the same way. Like, they're going to have the cast of The Valley have a conversation with Vanderpump. and then the cameras will follow the valley people home. Because the
Oh.
valley is now like all of the food and bev servers that are
Mhm.
old and grown up and like not working there anymore. So Vanderpump Rules is very different now. So
Yeah.
again, I kind of get where the hype came from,
That
especially
makes
coming from a food
sense.
and bev world. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like every
Mhm.
restaurant is messy, all of the server staff
Literally
is messy, like
every restaurant.
everything. So yeah,
That's
highly, highly recommend. It's definitely been binged for every day of my life since then.
it's taken over. Well, we both just finished American Nightmare too. That
Oh
was
my god.
insane. Holy shit. If
Yes.
you have not
Yeah.
watched it, it's it just makes me so angry. Like I just want to
Yeah.
kill
Spoiler alert
everyone
if you haven't
part of
watched it,
that.
but we like need to talk about it. So
Yeah.
I think the detective had something to do with it.
1,000%. When they said that he was dating the ex Andrea, I was like, why is he this is such like whatever her lawyer said, conflict of interest. Yeah. And the fact that they looked into it and were like, "No, there's, like, no issue." Like, how is he allowed to be on this case? And I did think it was so sketchy, like, when they had her walking home, obviously, on the camera as if it and she had, like, the bag packed and she just casually walked home, like, that's where I was like, "What the fuck? Is this actually
Hmm.
something?" Like, she's trying to pin something against him, but just seeing how, like, nice of a person and, like, how genuine she was, I was like, "There's something so weird." And then,
Hmm.
obviously, we find out what actually happened, but
Well,
I
and they
think it's
do such
crazy.
a good job on the episodes. Like, you couldn't tell if the guy was in jail or not. Like, for the first
Mhm.
two or three, like the first two
Or
episodes
if
for
she
sure.
was
Like,
alive.
or if she would, yeah, because they didn't bring her in. It was either way late in the first episode or the second one that you finally hear from her, and you're like, oh shit, like
It
we're
was the
about to
second
find out
one.
if it
The
was
first
was
one
it
was, like, all yeah, because I was
him,
like,
right?
"Is she dead? Is she alive?" But sometimes I
Hmm.
know they, like, don't show them until, like, the end
On
because
purpose.
they want you to, like, think something like that, but, um, yeah, that was weird, and I noticed he wasn't wearing a ring, so then I was like, "Okay, they're maybe not together,"
Oh, I didn't
but
even
she was
notice
wearing a
that.
ring, but on the last episode, he's wearing a ring, but on the first one, he wasn't,
Wait,
like,
so I
while he
wonder
was
for real
talking.
if they tried to actually set it up like, oh, because you can't wear a wedding ring in jail. Like, I wonder if they really tried to make it seem like you're questioning if he's in jail or not. At least
Right.
that was how I took it.
Yeah, but he was, like, all dressed up, so I'm like, "There's no way he could be in prison," but he also didn't have a ring, so I just was, like,
Hmm.
confused, but some of them like, her
Yeah,
dad, I
that's
know,
so weird.
referred to her, like, in a past tense, but he referred to her in, like, a present tense, so then I was like, "Well, the hell, is she dead or not?"
So, I thought about that because we got
Mhm.
and I was like, "No fucking way." I was like, her family literally said was alive, like,
Was,
was
yes.
happening, that and I'm like,
Yeah,
"No, I know they said it." So, I went back and watched it, that part with the family, because I was like, "No, I know for a
yeah,
fact I heard them say this." So, I think either, 1, they were instructed to talk like that to confuse people, or
yeah,
I think he was speaking like truly from the trauma of that happening and them actually wondering like, is she alive? Cause like, and in
mhm,
the moment you're like, when she was here, like when she was home, you know what I mean? Like whether you
yeah,
know they're alive or dead, you're just kind of talking like they're not here anymore. So I don't
right,
know if it was
yeah,
like he's just kind of speaking like from actually remembering that time, or if they were
mhm.
told speak about her like she's dead, which is like kind of fucked up, but
It
it's
is,
also like it did great for the storytelling of it because
yeah,
I questioned until the end whether he was like out and free or had anything to do with it. So,
yeah, same, and I just can't believe he wasn't charged with anything else. That's why I feel like they were
mhm,
somehow coerced with him or like him saying, "You don't tell them that we're a part of the military. You don't tell them that you were raped." It's
mhm,
just like so sketch to me. And
yeah,
I mean, yeah, the FBI would have connections with people in the military. And like, who knows if,
mhm,
like I said to you, I texted Lex and was like, how do they know there's not more people out there that would like go after them? And like, yeah, they may have like cameras or security, but these people were in the fucking military. Like, do you know what
mhm,
they're capable of? Like, they can get in anywhere, I'm sure. And like, they have lots of
mhm.
traumas. And it's just like, with
They're
this new
mad.
yeah, with this new documentary coming out, I'm like, holy shit, she's exposing, like, they're both
Well, that's how
exposing
I
all of
felt
that.
with Did you ever get into or did you ever follow or watch anything with the Murdoch murders?
Yes. Yep.
Did you watch the Netflix one where
Yeah.
the son's girlfriend
Yes.
those happened? That like episode where the girlfriend is like,
I
"Yeah,
know.
I think he's capable of that. Yeah, I think he would do
Yeah.
that." I was like, "Oh my god." Cuz like especially if you're from Charleston, you know what I mean when I say this. Like it's so true the whole stereotype of the Alec Murdaugh thing. Like small town, powerful white man knows the right people. Like it is
Mhm.
so true. So I was just like, how can this girl like literally go to sleep at night knowing that she just pissed off like the
Right.
most powerful person in this town who literally is in jail and is still the most powerful person in that town. Like it was just crazy. I couldn't imagine. And that's why I always wonder I'm like, are these documentaries and interviews and stuff like you have to be getting a fat bag to sit up there and spill the shit that you're spilling. But
Right.
also, like, is that money worth you
Your
potentially making a
life.
lot of people really mad and want to kill you?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
no, I would be so scared.
I don't know.
But
I'd
like
be torn if I got
I
asked to
think
do
it's
that. Yeah.
just that's the message too though, I think with her is like speaking up or not speaking up, and like she clearly
For
spoke up
sure.
3 other times and nobody believed her. It's like I think that's a huge
Mhm.
like issue a lot of people run into is like, do I speak up or do I just let this like go and they could kill me anyway, you know? It's like crazy.
Mhm.
And it made me
Yeah, if you're
so
going to go
like
out,
my
at
heart was
least do it
breaking.
knowing that you said what you
Yeah,
wanted to say.
agree. I'm just like scared for them though.
I know, I'm so scared for them.
And, like their
I'm
kids,
scared
like
for
I don't
them.
know, people are fucking crazy, and like the fact that they showed their kids in the documentary too, like our whole thing with this, like the
Right.
world just now knows what your kids look like.
Mhm. Like,
So,
you're giving
God
them a target.
forbid, like right,
Sorry,
you're
morbid, but,
talking
like,
you're
you're giving them a
but it's
target.
true, you're talking about these people, these rapists who are still out there and now know what you look like now because obviously it's been years and years and years, so she's aged, but, like, they
Mhm.
know what you look like, and now they know what your kids look like, and
Yep.
it's just scary.
But that's what I mean, like, they had to have thought about that. Like, they had to have weighed the
Yeah.
pros and cons of doing it, and it's like, I guess maybe everybody does have a price to, like, put yourself and your family kind of in danger, but
Yeah.
also at the same time, like, it is the right thing to do to, like, speak up and be like, "No, fuck the police." Like, they literally made this
Yeah,
so
for
much worse than
sure.
it had to be. Like, I
Yeah.
that's also respectable. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, couldn't the kids have been, like, not
Shown.
involved? Yeah.
Yeah. You could say you or, like, just the back of them, like, I don't know why
Mm,
they had to show their faces because that's, like,
right.
on Netflix. Like
Yeah, millions and billions of people probably watching.
scary.
Yeah,
And
it's
you know what was
definitely
also so fucking weird is that he was also dying to, like, expose himself, which I thought was weird. Like, and I don't know if this was, like, the personality disorder from him because they said that he
Mhm.
suffered from that, but when he was like, "You need to
Yeah,
apologize to her," and all these things, and it's, like, so creepy to me, like, the back and
yeah.
forth and wanting to
It's
be
very
found,
weird.
and do you think he left that phone there on purpose so they would find him?
I mean, I just never think that anybody does anything on purpose because I don't wanna think that any of these people are smart enough to do that.
Mhm.
But it's also I don't know, I mean, look at, like, the whole, I don't know, Brian Koberger thing. Like, he was in college studying criminal law. So it's like even somebody like and he
Mhm.
made mistakes that everybody's like, "Well, did he do that on purpose?" And it's like, I don't know. Like I never because a
He
part of
did
me
leave his
knows like,
car there on purpose, though, I'm pretty sure, right? Because he wanted to be they, like, want to be proud and, like, found, and
yes,
that like,
that's what
that's
yeah, like
what they did.
it's like prideful for them to be like
Yeah.
full on to get right in front of somebody. So that's the other thing too. Like obviously can't be like ignorant to that fact that these people are sick and think that they're like it gets them off knowing that they're like flashing this in front of people. Like that's part of the
Right.
thrill for them. So like
Mhm.
maybe they did. I don't know. It's I just don't ever think that. Like I just never am like, oh, they probably did that on purpose because they want to be caught. But I know that that's a very reasonable like explanation for some
'Cause if
things.
but, yeah, like, if you're he's an attorney, he was an attorney, so it's like, if you're going in somewhere like that, like, why would you bring your phone? And then why would you leave it? I don't know, I just
Hmm.
feel like it's stupid on someone's part, especially when they're an attorney, so
Yeah,
it's almost
like
like he did
the
wanna be
rule book.
found. And then, like, sending all the evidence of, like, the pictures to the detective
Mhm.
and, like, why I just think he really did want to be found, and maybe it's, like, it was a sickness and he just wanted to be put away so he wouldn't do that
Mhm.
anymore. I don't know. I don't fucking know how people like that brain works, but I can just
Right.
only imagine, like, maybe he wanted to be put away.
I think there are some sickos out there that know, like, being put away in jail is the best thing for me. Like, it is the only thing
Mhm.
that will get me to stop. So, I don't know. Some people are
So
just
crazy.
demented. Not us, though.
For
We're
real.
perfect.
In every way.
Just kidding. And we're mentally sound and
Well, we have an update for y'all.
you
And you're
sound so
not gonna like
sad.
it.
You sound so sad.
We're breaking up. I'm kidding.
No, my God. Literally, I'm going to edit that out. Stop. I'm not, but like, I don't even like hearing that.
No, never in a million fucking years. You getting rid of me?
You're stuck with me.
I'm not fucking
Um,
leaving.
no, we're going on a little hiatus. I don't even like saying it. I'm literally, I'm like, we're going on a break. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
to tell
They
anybody,
were
but
on a
we have to.
break.
They were on a break for the record. But yeah, we're going on a little tiny bit of a break just for a couple weeks. So like this will come
Yes.
out on February 5th, I believe, and we will be back on March 4th, which February is a short month. So kind of feels like it's a month, but it's like 4 weeks. Like there's only going to be 3 weeks without episodes,
Yeah.
which is
And if
not
you haven't caught up
insane.
to all of them, then just listen to our other ones. But yeah, we're taking a little bit of a break. As you guys know, we launched our blueprint and we kind of just want to focus a little bit on like the blueprint and being able to actually show up for that a little bit more. If you create content, you know how time consuming it is to like put out. I mean, we do like weekly podcasting, then Lex will edit the episode for a couple hours and I edit like the clips for a couple hours. So yeah, but you know how much work it takes to create content, put it out and make it meaningful and
Mhm.
not just like throw something up and leave. So we definitely want to put our focus towards the blueprint a little bit and then just come back refreshed and ready to bring you more episodes. I mean, we've been consistent for like 8 months. So
Well, literally, that's crazy.
yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
every single week for like 8 months.
Literally.
Also, you're getting a new desktop, a new like
Yeah, so I mean, it's coming
system.
because of a reason. Yeah. So I mean, the main reason obviously is we want to take the break, kind of focus. We'll be hanging out on Instagram a lot. Like I know I
Yeah.
feel I'm kind of just like putting that out there now, but like we will be spending more time on Instagram. So we'll be there. It's not like we're just like abandoning the
Yeah.
Instagram too for the couple weeks, but so come
Yeah.
hang out with us over there. But yeah, so that's the main reason. But then also, um, like you said, I edit the episodes and just from our podcast, another client's podcast that I edit, and then like all of my client work, I've just been pushing like so much video through my computer the last few months that it's starting to kind of feel the effects. So new desktop coming. Very excited for that. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't
so
wait.
just while we wait for that to come in and get set up and obviously focusing on the blueprint for a little while, we're just gonna pause some episodes. But just 3 weeks. Just 3 weeks without episodes, and then we'll be back.
Don't
Too
miss us
crazy.
too much, but come hang out
Don't
with us on
worry.
Instagram. Socially Unfiltered Pod.
It'll be nice to kind of catch up on some other things and then come back.
Mhm.
March 5th, March 4th. Be there or be square.
As y'all know, we're always working on something, so maybe something else is coming. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we're taking this time to do some other things, you know?
Tee
You never
hee
know. Tee.
Wink, wink.
If you're picking up what we're putting down.
We love you guys so much. We're going to miss you so much. And
Yes.
just DM us on Instagram and chat with us because we'll be there. We'll be hanging out. We'll be posting more stories. We'll be
Mhm.
posting content. Um, and we can't wait to see you in March. Bye.
Bye.